We're a social media marketing agency, and we have some big things in store for everybody this year, Hyro and myself, and hopefully it works out for everybody, and we can do some networking together, and hopefully we can all bring value to what we're already currently doing. So today we have, every guest is special, but we have a company called Muvez. They have a great product. I'm not sure if you guys saw the product, but definitely they're going to give you their information, their website. I met Ryan and Eric, which are the co-founders of Muvez, through a colleague that I was networking with. So he eventually and made an introduction to Ryan and Eric, and we had some talks about doing some social media marketing for them. Um, and they're basically going to go over their success, some of their trials that they went through. They're going to tell you their story. They did last year. They were able to get on Shark Tank, and their product took off. So Ryan and Eric, I want to give you guys the floor to tell your story. You got about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to do some Q&A, and then we're going to get into the speed networking aspect. If you guys want to stick around, feel free to stick around. And then after the speed networking, we normally break it down into everybody going around and around robin, just their elevator pitch, telling a minute about themselves, and seeing how we can all bring value to each other. So with that being said, Ryan and Eric, the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you, Royce. Thank you, Hyro, for having us today. Thank you for everybody for joining, listening in. It means a lot, and hopefully you get some value out of this, out of our story, out of journey, how we got here. So just something that you don't know, me and my brother Eric, my name is Ryan, my brother Eric is somewhere in the crowd. We manufacture footwear. We kind of created our own concept and created our own category in the footwear market. So this is our shoe, just so you guys can show you guys. It looks like a sneaker when you look at it, but in reality, it's a slipper because the inside comes out of the sole, and you can wear this slipper part inside and this outside when you go out. So when you want to go out, you just slide in, step down, and you can head out pretty fast. So that was a concept that we pitched on Shark Tank. It was a successful experience, and just wanted to share how we kind of got there. So basically, it started with a school project of mine back in when I was studying product design at NJIT. And when I presented it, it was a very small 3D printed, prototype. The presentation didn't go as well as we thought. The professor said that he didn't see a market for it, but I didn't really care too much what he thought. My brother was there in the audience that day. He believed in the project. He believed in what we were doing. And we felt like we had something special. So about a year after I graduated, we really started to commit ourselves to the project and just, putting all our energy into learning how to make footwear, because it's not something that is too easy to manufacture. Nor like to make footwear, you have to use the big machineries, and normally all that kind of stuff is overseas in China, really. So the whole goal was to learn how to make footwear. And that's what we did for those 2 or 3 years. We were just trial and error, trying to find out, how do you make this product happen? It's something that hasn't been done before. So we constantly were getting let down. We were trusting the wrong people. It was a tough time. We were, just investing into the idea, trying to get it made here in the States. It didn't work. We tried to send it overseas without going overseas. And we kept getting just every look. We just kept failing and losing money. We kept trying to pitch the idea to investors, and it was hard to really get the message across without having a physical product to show them. So we knew we had to figure that out. And, we went to trade show conventions, networking events, as much as we could to learn how to do this. And finally, we found out the formula. And when you're making products, it's normally the same across the board. You have to start with a technical drawing, which is like a blueprint of your product, has all the dimensions, measurements, everything that it takes, all the materials you want to use, tech pack, and then you get that to the manufacturer. Now, sometimes, like in our case, a manufacturer isn't just around the corner. In our case, they were overseas in China. So there's a middleman, which is called a consultant, that can get you to the manufacturer that you need to help you. So luckily for us, the person that did our technical drawing and our tech pack introduced us to a consultant named Lou Correga. And Lou had many years in the sneaker industry, and he was well-versed in creating footwear. And he was able to get us over to China, to manufacture in China, and introduce us over Zoom. And, we did a lot of back and forth on that. But he said that the real way to get this done is if you went and actually met them. So at that time, we didn't really, after all the money that we had spent, doing the art research and development of the project, we really didn't have much left. So we took out pretty much a credit card and we swiped the trip on that credit card, and we got over to China. If we stayed there for about almost 2 weeks, just working with the manufacturer that Lou had lined us up with. He actually accompanied us on the journey and, was with us every step of the way, in every meeting, just trying to finalize the product, get it to where we needed it to be. So after a lot of hard work, about 2 weeks in China with engineers and with other consultant, we came back with our first sales sample. So a sales sample is just something that you can present and show to potential investors to try to get some type of investment. And it wasn't exactly where we wanted it, but it was enough to show the concept was proof and how it worked and also how it looked. So, during that time of those 3 years of just pitching and going around and networking, we were meeting a lot of people, but it always kept falling short because we didn't have the product. But now that we did have it, we went to a certain investor that we had, we just kept on him, and persistent, finally paid off. And he saw it working and he believed in it. And he said, okay, I'll give you your first investment. The investment was an investment of only 90,000, which for us was pretty much just enough to buy the first run of inventory, which is about 3,000 units for us. When you're working with manufacturing, especially overseas in China, they're going to have high minimums because they don't know if you're going to come back again. So we had to pretty much just bet everything on that first PO, first purchase order, and we ordered 3,000 units of our product. So then it was the hassle and obstacle of getting it over here from China. So Eric handled a lot of that, and just had to go through customs and get our shipment and our container over here. Finally, it arrived. We had 3,000 units stateside, and young entrepreneurs, positive thinking. We're like, okay, as soon as it gets here, they're gonna fly off the shelf. Like, it's a no-brainer. People are gonna love these things, But we didn't really take into consideration the marketing of the product. And now looking back, marketing is half the battle. Like, it's just as important as making the product. So luckily, we started learning a little bit more about that side, about paid advertising, kind of like what Royce and Jairo can do for you guys. We learned about the social media aspect and email marketing, and just constantly keeping in touch with our community. So we got as creative as we could. We tried Kickstarter. We ran a Kickstarter, and that's when we really realized that our product was, getting traction. It's just we needed the eyeballs. So we started to heavily focus on our paid advertising, and not at the beginning, not too many people were seeing our ads, but the right person saw our ad, and that person was a casting director for Shark Tank. And when they first reached out to us, we were in disbelief. There was like, there's no way that this is actually real. Like, some sales call or something, but after filling out some
at that point, we were only 5 months in business too. So we were in complete denial that we had caught the attention of a casting producer so early on.
Yeah, we were young in business, but like I said, we were years in the process of creating it. And there was so much disappointment that you don't really get excited anymore. You kind of, expect for the worst, hope for the best type of thing. So we were, we were like, okay, after some back and forth with the team at Shark Tank, we knew that was the real deal. And it was a process to get there. It was a long and tedious process from the pitch video to the, submission video, and just perfecting the pitch with their agents. And finally, we got the call to that. We got accepted. We're going to go and pitch in front of the Sharks and get on stage. So that happened, and it was a great experience. The shoot day went amazing, but the hardest part about it all was after the shoot day, they don't tell you if you're going to air or not. They don't tell you if you got the deal, if the deal is actually finalized. You're pretty much left with a bunch of question marks and just hoping that wasn't just a dream you had, like that really happened. So it was about, I don't know, 6 months. We were just sitting around waiting to find out if that would happen. And that was a hard 6 months because, things were just so uncertain. But we just stayed positive. We kept pushing. We kept learning as much as we can and putting the project out there. And they agreed that they'd give us a call that, okay, you guys are going to air on April 3rd of this past year. And you really just got to trust the timing of your life sometimes, because in that situation, even though we had wanted it to air 6 months prior, or the day after we shot it, it was just, COVID was just starting to flare up in February, and everybody was home in front of their TVs, and being, keeping germs out of the house was top priority at that time. So having us air that day was kind of perfect for the branding of the product, and it became almost a perfect shoe for that time. And then, you know, after that, we had a great, you know, premiere. The episode was perfect, and we started to get a lot of sales to the website. And that was a blessing, but it was also a nightmare because we sold out of our inventory so fast that, you know, we were like, okay, now we have to get more inventory. But because of COVID, things were slowed down. The ports were all shut down. You know, our manufacturer was struggling with COVID. And even our warehouse that had our fulfillment, that was doing our fulfillment, was slow. So me, Eric, you know, we grabbed a couple of our friends. We all went down to the warehouse and we started packaging boxes ourselves, sending them out, trying to get them all out, communicating with customers as best as we can. And finally, like, we were caught up, but, you know, now we had to wait for the next container. And the whole time it was a blessing, but also, like I said, like a nightmare in itself. But it was still, there's always, what I'm trying to say is that there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be more problems. You know, you just have to, as an entrepreneur, you just gonna have to deal with it, keep it going. So since then, we were able to finally fulfill everyone's orders. We started upgrading the product as best as we can. We did some improvements on the current one, and we're looking to introduce the next one, the next version, in a couple months. But I just say all that to say that it's, you know, there's, like I said, there's always obstacles. It's a daily grind. But me and Eric, we love what we do. We love our project. So, you know, if you're getting in this game, just know that it's going to be tough. There's going to be obstacles at every turn. And but if you love it enough, you know, trust in the process and just keep going, because it is truly a marathon. If Eric wanted to add anything, that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, I think you laid it all out pretty nicely, Rye. You know, the entire 4 to 5 year journey was certainly, to Ryan's point, a marathon. But, you know, it's important to kind of focus on any long-term solutions, but try not to be too short-sighted, you know, go into a relationship with a long-term commitment, more of a partnership than, you know, a typical agreement. And, you know, just as Ryan noted, you have to be insanely passionate about the journey that, you know, you're kind of embarking on, or else any logical person is going to quit. This is not for the faint of heart. You really have to have a thick skin. And you know, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurialism is more than just like a buzzword. You know, I think nowadays a lot of people are enamored by you know, the freedom that it allows, and you know, the fact that there is tremendous wealth available if you're able to scale that mountain. But there are so many skulls and bones towards the bottom that you know, you shouldn't really overlook the tremendous sacrifice and commitment, dedication that's involved with this. So, you know, whatever service or product you know, you're pursuing on your journey, just make sure that you're insanely passionate about it, because it's going to take you quite some time. You know, and, you know, me and Ryan have achieved some degree of success, but there's still a ton of the journey still left. So, you know, keep your head up, try and network as best you can. You know, I appreciate everyone being here today, and the networking opportunity we're all going to have towards the end of the call. And, you know, when you do network, like, follow up. You know, I'm very quick, man. Time is money. And some people will be surprised how quick that I'm able to turn around documentation or requests. Like, I try to do same day. So if someone's going to give you an opportunity to network and connect, you should really do your best to, you know, complete that request, make sure that it's turned around in a timely manner, because, you know, business moves fast and people move on. That's something that, you know, I've learned the hard way at times, but something that I think I'm constantly improving on. So, yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions, or, you know, allow the moderators to kind of continue with the flow of the room.
Yeah, sure.
I have a question. I'm Maria Alarcon. How are you guys? It's really awesome to hear Latino entrepreneurs pursuing and embarking in their dream. So basically, where can I find your product?
Okay, so you can find us at muvez.co or .com. It's spelled MUVEZ, so it's a play on Move Easy. So MUVEZ.com is how you.
Yeah, please. Send us a follow on Instagram too. Yeah, it's just Moves on Instagram.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
What percentage of advertising is depleted from your revenue? Like, what is your ratio?
Well, I think it's more of a question on what your business and company is able to allocate to social media marketing. I'm not sure if you're running any ads just yet, but when you do hire an agency, if you're not internalizing it, you're gonna have to outsource, and agencies usually require a retainer, a monthly retainer. So you have to be able to pay them that bill every month, as well as allocate enough ad spend. You want to be at least at $100 a day, so it's roughly about $3,000 a month for an ad spend, and you have to tack on the extra $2,000 to $3,000 retainer fee. So it's about $5,000 conservatively you should have kind of allocated for digital marketing spend.
Yeah, that's where you start, and after that, every dollar that you can put into marketing, just put it into marketing, because it's super important.
Yeah, SMS is something that we're going to be experimenting with, as we're hearing super high conversion rates. But email marketing really shouldn't be understated. That's been a tremendous revenue generator for us as well. We've partnered with a great agency who, was really able to design kind of in our tonality, match our copy, match our speak, and really like convert on those that we're just passing through. We have an abandoned cart flow. We have just like numerous welcome flows. All that's really essential for the entire customer experience, because our product does have a level of education needed. Some people don't really understand, like they click in, clicking out automatically. But our continuous follow-ups and continuous emails allow them to create more relationship connection with them, as well as explain how to care for the product, typical wear and tear items, how to wear it properly, and just really like keep them up to date on any news or activations, that we're a part of.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question for you. So you're talking about the process, the customer process. Once you walk them through that process, and you're educating them, how many repeat clients do you guys see?
Well, right now through email marketing, we see over 30%.
Yeah, figured that.
Yeah. So, it's because obviously, we try to generate a really positive consumer experience, but we also have, different colorways that a customer can purchase in a couple months, or, depending on the retention, as well as the purchase of outsoles, which allows a customer to mix and match colorways.
I have a question, y'all.
Sure. What's up, Jeffrey?
Well, first, Ryan and Eric, thank you for sharing your story. Super inspiring. Two, the website is sick. Like, for e-commerce, it needs to look good. So it looks super good.
Thank you, man.
And then three is around like kind of sales strategy, right? So you have the e-commerce angle, direct to consumer, driving traffic. Mm-hmm. In terms of like different sales channels, do you ever envision kind of partnering, let's say, with like a Zappos or something, or like a Dick's Sporting, or you're gonna like trying to just expand your reach outside of like driving that traffic to your website? So kind of big picture.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question, Jeff. And oddly enough, you mentioned those two brands. We are going to be drop shipping for Zappos in about 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we really we really gained their interest and insight because of Zappos Adaptive. Zappos Adaptive, I'm sure you're familiar with, is a subsidiary of Zappos, which essentially caters to special needs and mobile disabled community. Because we have such an ease of use, they saw like this functionality to be very plausible and viable for that environment. So beginning in 2 weeks, we'll be drop shipping from a warehouse. So 3PLs, and for those that are unfamiliar with it, 3PL is third-party logistics, basically, company that packages and processes your orders. If you're not doing tremendous volume, I strongly encourage you to in-house that. It's the flow of e-commerce is certainly directed towards more of this consumerism online rather than as brick and mortar. So this is kind of the wave, and you really don't want to be growing your business and scaling while you're paying, someone else's mortgage and rent. So if you can and you can afford it, you have the bandwidth, certainly look into processing your own orders. That's something we learned as well. We were partnering with an agent partner for a little bit, but decided that it's pretty kind of counterproductive for us as we're growing and scaling. We're being charged storage and we're being charged processing. Why not just fulfill it internally? Modell's reached out. Oddly enough, we all thought they were out of business, but an entrepreneur that you may recognize by the name of Ty Lopez created an agency called Rsc Ventures, which basically purchases distressed brands. It's like Pier 1 is one brand that they acquired. Models is a second up upon probably I think a list of 8. So they're directing everything online. So we'll be dropshipping for them probably come March. And we're now in the Midwest, which is exciting. I think it's an untapped market, full of potential and high consumerism. So this particular wholesaler, Brown's Fit Company, they're privately owned, but they have over 70 doors within the Midwest. We're only penetrating one store in Iowa, and it happens to be only half a mile away from Iowa State University. And we feel like there's a lot of synergy with college kids. So we're going to say that. Yeah, so we're going to experiment with that and see how that goes. But, there's growing interest in Chicago. Our top 5 territories, oddly enough, in no particular order: New Jersey, Texas, California, Chicago, and Georgia. 2 out of those 5 states weren't on our radar. But it's important to know your numbers. I think that's certainly a benefit that, we had taken away through the whole entire Shark Tank experience, was really knowing the numbers inside and out, your landed costs, your AOV costs, your warehousing, processing, just import tax, what the duty was. I mean, the Sharks really grilled us. I think we may have not mentioned that, but we were up on stage for at least an hour, kind of just going back and forth with negotiation, and production and editing did a great job condensing the footage into about 8-minute reel. But in all actuality, you're up there for quite a long time. I think I blacked out at some points because I don't really remember, some of the questions, some of my responses.
Who were the Sharks? I didn't see the episode. I gotta watch.
Yeah.
It.
Well, the clip lives on YouTube. If you're just to YouTube Muvez Shark Tank, there's a 3-minute clip. But the OGs, and those are the originals: Mark, Damon, Mr. Wonderful, Lori, and Robert.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Cuban's actually taller than I thought, man. He's right. He's 6'3".
Yeah.
We
were lucky enough to get them all come up on stage during our episode. Mark, Robert, and even Mr. Wonderful got up out of their seats to try out. So it was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, and during that instance, Damon really showed his poker face because he was the only Shark that didn't come on stage. So we had noticed the fact that he didn't come out. We were like, wait a minute, maybe he's really not interested. And then lo and behold, we ended up finalizing a deal with him. But we were hoping to get his attention. Him and Lori would have been the best duo for us. And that's kind of who we were heavily targeting our questions and responses to. But when he didn't come up on stage, I was in the corner of my eye, I'm like, I'm trying to talk to Mark while I'm noticing that Damon's not coming up. So it was an interesting environment, and it was super friendly too. I mean, the Sharks really appreciate honesty, transparency, authenticity. If you try to be disingenuous and lie and fluff numbers, they'll read right through it. They'll rip your knees out, and then the entire conversation pivots. And now instead of you converting on attention, now you're defending a BS evaluation that you don't really put much thought into, and that could be a complete detriment, to your campaign and to your pitch. So evaluation, no matter if you're on Shark Tank or you're in front of an investor, make sure it's embedded in reality and something that you can defend. Because if you come with an evaluation that's so crazy, it just means you really don't have a sharp or grip or understanding about the numbers and how to scale appropriately, because investors just they want a multiple on the investment, so they want to make sure that you understand what's involved.
I have a question.
Sure.
My family has a U.S. patent on a cleaning product, and our challenge has been finding a reputable manufacturer. So when you mentioned a consultant, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that there were consultants that could help you with the manufacturing process. And so what would be your advice to me to find a consultant for a cleaning product that could assist us with finding the right manufacturer?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your story. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, you're welcome.
And congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. I would probably recommend 2 platforms you may have heard of in passing, but really haven't investigated thoroughly enough. One would be LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a ton of business-minded individuals there. If you were to just type in search term broker consultant within a particular category or vertical, I think you would come up with some search terms. And how I identified our broker consultant was on a platform called Upwork. you just have to create, a project and hope that, the right individual will contact you. Typically, you'll get a variety of responses. It's just up to you to kind of go through every individual submission and figure out, who's the best fit for your needs. But those two platforms I utilize pretty regularly. So
yeah, the vetting process. The vetting process is super important because there's a lot of consultants that'll give you a lot of BS. Oh, I can do this for you. I can do that for you. Try to find someone that's going to actually provide before they ask. So, in our case, maybe the third meeting that me and Eric went to go meet up with Lou, he had already had China send him a prototype. And, it was something that opened our eyes and we're like, wow, this guy's the real deal. Whereas the other guys that we talked to and actually believed in because, we're so, just excited to get it over with, to get it done, that we gave them the deposits that they wanted up front. We gave them what they wanted. And then they told us that the project was impossible, so after, no refunds. So
yeah, we lost everything.
Yeah. But just be careful who you deal with and make sure that they can provide before they ask so much from you.
Yeah. I think that you can usually, that's applicable through any relationship, whether it's like here in the States or internationally. I mean, I found it the hard way, if you ask something of someone and without them moving anything, they already have their hand out asking you to pay them, then you really should take a second look at, who this person's motives are and if he has your best interest at heart. I like to have conversations that are free flowing without the conversation about what's this going to cost. Because then that kind of gets dicey. And if you're kind of in it just for a bill or, it's starting off the relationship on the wrong foot. I prefer to have, work with energetic people.
Yeah. With consulting, the last part I'll put on consulting is that a consultant's job is to get you to the manufacturer. So what they should do for you is say, okay, I'll introduce you to the manufacturer, but I want a certain amount of everything made so that, that's an actual tangible item they're delivering on that you can take advantage of that instead of saying, okay, I want this amount, I'll hook you up with this person. And then you're on your own, you're going to want them invested as much as you are.
Yeah. Incentives are great. And always ask for a referral if you can speak to someone that they worked with before you just jump into bed with them.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
It's
all about establishing those relationships. Yeah. So Ryan and Eric, we're gonna get into the networking aspect. You guys did a great job. Thank you for coming on. If you want to stick around, feel free to stick around. So what I got from what you guys were saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, you got to embrace your obstacles, right? Mm-hmm. Embrace your obstacles. Fall in love with the process because it's a journey.
Yep.
And at some point you have to do some marketing. The marketing your social media marketing probably took you guys from that one step you were at to the sales that you wanted to be at, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Production is certainly an asset. If you don't feel confident about the image, you probably shouldn't post it because people kind of will judge you on purely perception, especially on Instagram. It's very superficial most times. So make sure that whatever you're producing on your digital marketing is like of the highest quality.
Gotcha.
Just don't do it at all.
Right. Question: so, did you have it patent early on from college?
Well, not necessarily, but early on, I actually filed and I'm not an attorney by any stretch of the imagination, but I Googled how, and that's the thing, like you got to be resourceful in this game. So, I Googled how to file a provisional utility patent, and it wasn't as complicated as most would assume. You would just need technical drawings, sketches, which we had, so that you can like refer and reference certain claims to, and then you mail it yourself, which is timestamped, and then you have a year until that very day to file a non-provision utility. And at that point, we were in a better position to hire an actual attorney to file on our behalf. But that could be very expensive.
It is.
So I wouldn't rush to get into that. But if you feel really strongly about it, about this concept or idea you do want a patent, first do a patent search to see if it exists. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't, then try your best to file it on your own behalf. So that at least gives you a year, to kind of gain momentum, generate some sales, so you can allocate, to legal, because I'm sure some experience here is quite expensive.
It is.
It is important though too.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate you taking the time and speaking to us. So now I really don't want to take away from the second half of the event. So they're more than happy to contact them directly, or they're going to stick around. You could talk to them during the breakout, right? Are you going to stick around for a bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Right, yeah, appreciate it. All right, so there's about 31 of us, so we're going to break you guys up into I'm going to try to mix you guys up 2 or 3 times. So just bear with me 1 second. So just go in there, similar to what you've been used to at a networking event. What's your name? What's your business, and what problem are you trying to solve? And
we put our address in the chat box.
You're more than happy to put this stuff, your contact information in the chat as well.
Do you have a woman's line? We need a women's line.
Yeah,
they do. I've been on his site, like ordering. I already have like 3 different in my box, bro. I was hoping Royce was gonna be like free one for everybody on this call today.
You guys, Ryan, you have a coupon code, correct?
Yes, but I'll give you guys a special. Whoever was on this call today will get a special coupon code. Right now, we're doing 10% on the website, but for everyone here, we'll do 20%. We just want to get you guys, whatever you need.
Well, I'm on your site now, so what's the code?
I'll make it for you right now.
I can reactivate Moves 20, right?
Yeah, activate Moves 20. Yeah, activate Moves 20, and whoever's here, you guys are the only one that know about this. So if you type in Moves 20,
I have a quick question. So like when you lift up, so I'm looking at the slipper, right? So like when it's lifted up and it has like that, is that like, can I put like money credit cards in there, or is that just like a design? I mean, I was thinking, because I used to hang out like back in the I used to hang out a lot by Dykeman over there by the Bronx. So I'm saying, can I put like, the credit cards and cash in there, or like what's the design like?
The main purpose was just to have something that slipper that you can go on a quick trip outside with, like if it's taking out the trash or walking the dog, or just a quick trip to the store, just something that you can slide on your outsoles, leave, come back inside. So if it was raining, or if you got your soles dirty, you can just kick them off at the door and you don't have to bring any dirt inside your home. But I'm certain if you want to put a credit card or 2 in there, at your own risk, I think it's safe, because they really hold securely. They don't come apart.
I mean, like, yeah, it looks really cool. Like that's the first thing I thought. I was like, wait a minute, like, I'll just Colombia, I'll just slip a credit card, some cash, and go with my shoe.
There you go.
Like a little, little compartment there. I don't know. All right, but yeah, I'm waiting for the code.
Yeah,
it's active now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Moves
in the chat.
20.
Moves -20. Chat?
Yeah, I'll type it in the chat for you guys.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
We're gonna join a breakout room.
Do you know how to?
Yeah, you guys should just you guys should be able to join. So did they ask you to join?
Okay. Join breakout room. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, I see. It's like not to bring the germs in from the outside, and you slip them off. I like it. So Dr. Jairo, is this our
breakout? Yeah. Did you join? Did it ask you to join a room?
I'm in a room already. Yeah.
Room 1.
2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 people.
Oh no, you're in room 3. I'm gonna move you to room. What's up?
What's up? What's up? I made it, man. I got a little break right now.
Good. I'm gonna do one more session.
I've been on mute this whole time. I don't even know what I was on the regular lobby and I joined back. I joined the group and I didn't even know what they were doing. Yeah, man.
Jairo, what's up, buddy?
How you doing? Good.
Good. Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't really prepped on what was going on, so I know I was in another room, and all of a sudden, it said we had to come back here.
Yeah.
How's everything with you?
Good. Everything's good, man. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Busy with teaching and just trying to survive with business. So hanging in there.
That's good.
That wasn't so fast, was it?
I was just about to speak, Jairo.
No, you know what? That was actually. Are we in the next breakout room?
No, we're in the main room again. We're gonna break.
We should do that a little longer next time.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm gonna recreate.
You want to do
Jessica
one more?
spoke the whole time. She took up 7 minutes.
I'm making it a little smaller.
I did.
All right, I'm gonna try to move some people around. So give me a second.
Okay, you want to do one more and then we'll.
Yeah, one more. And we're gonna wrap up some cool stuff. So.
Okay.
Can we type in the discount code for the shoes because I'm trying to place my order?
Yeah, if everyone could type in their contact information in the chat.
Contact information?
Yeah, your Instagram, your social media, and we'll try to send an email out to everybody. And we also have a Facebook group that we just started. So if you want to go on, we can send you a personal invite. Jairo and I will make sure that we send you a personal invite with all the updates and things that we have going on with all our events. And we'll make sure that we put the discount code there as well.
Good luck. Thanks for your session.
All right.
I think I mix people up as best as I could.
Wait.
There you go.
Jairo, can you put me back? I think you put me in 2.
You too, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, it's telling me to move you to another.
Oh, here you go. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Bye. Jeffrey. Hello, Dom.
My guy Hyro was good.
How you doing? Good?
Was everybody else?
They coming.
Man.
Hyro, you don't play around with these.
Nah, man, I can't, man. I gotta keep it a tight schedule. We went over a little bit, so I gotta keep it a tight schedule. So all good.
That's a fact. Hyro doesn't change. He's always on time and on schedule.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I have no complaints. I was late.
I think one of the things that I really admire about you the most is that you're such a, not that some of us are not, but 1 minute, 2 minutes, but you're just always so punctual, and
that's Hyro.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Hyro, I just want to let everyone know I put our Facebook group information there. So if everybody wants to click it and follow it and add yourself to the group, we would love that, because we put most of our information there, and it's a lot easier for us to just share the information there. And then oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting oh, there you go. Everybody's joining the group now. So yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know I put it there. And if you guys want to reshare your information in the Facebook group, we want to try to get the Facebook group more interactive so we can all start networking together. So Hyro, go ahead. The floor is yours. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. we also have a meetup group that I just started, so which has a similar goal. So I'm more than happy to join that as well. But I got some fun stuff to wrap us up with. So who likes gifts? You like gifts? Everyone likes raffles?
Yes, we all like gifts.
All right, good. All right, we're gonna play a little quick game. So
shoes.
No, unfortunately, I can't raffle shoes. So but I do want to raffle. I'm going to raffle free consultation with Get More Clicks Media. That's going to be our first raffle. So I'm going to ask a question, right? Hopefully you guys were paying attention and taking notes, right? How much did the first investor give to the Cruz brothers? Let's see. Whoever answers it first.
90 grand.
90 grand.
Who was that?
Jose. I think it was
Jose. You could give it to the lady. You could give it to the lady. That's good, man.
Oh, come on.
You can give it to the lady. I heard. I just
Maria?
pay attention.
Maria?
No, not me. No, I didn't say that.
Who said 90? Who else said 90?
I said 90. That's okay. You got it.
Who is it?
Yeah, we're all like, don't worry about it. 90,000, and that didn't even cover the cost.
No, come on. You have to raise your hand quick. All right, no. That's a disqualification. I have another question. Here we go. What school did Ryan Cruz go to? Raise your hand.
NJIT.
Raise your hand. Who was that?
Maria Alarcon, NJIT.
Right. Congratulations. You win yourself a free social media audit from Royce Blackwell. So I'm going to write this down before I
Yes, make sure you write it down, and I'll put my Maria, I'm going to put my Instagram handle here, and you can just reach out to me there. It's Get More Clicks Media.
For sure.
All right, good.
I just put it there. You could just follow me.
Yeah.
All right, we're not done. I have a couple more prizes for you guys, right? So
cool.
You guys like online courses?
Hey,
I love it.
Good.
Hey, Ken, I love that background, Ken.
I am feeling, in a giving mood today. So I'm gonna make 3 guys or gals lucky today with to take my course. But there's only one catch. I would like a testimonial, a video and or a written testimonial. Is that cool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Definitely.
All right. Here's another question. You guys ready? How was the Cruz brothers? But you have to raise your hand though. Discovered on Short Tank. Raise your hand. What? That's Nikhil. Go ahead. He was the first person I saw.
They put an ad and they got reached out.
At paid advertising. Okay, yeah. I'll take that. So Nikhil, congratulations. You're the first one. I will take that. Okay. Ready for question 2? You guys ready? So 1 down, 2 to go. You guys ready? All right, here we go. How did they fund their trip to China? Was it A, cash, B,
credit card?
Credit card.
Credit card. Yeah.
Credit card.
Raising your hand. I got disqualified for not raising my hand.
Disconnect, bro.
Well, you could take us all in.
Everybody gets a free course.
We'll write testimonial for you.
Who's the first person?
Testimonials for days.
I did it. It's a credit card.
Congratulations.
To get your to go to China for 2 weeks. I pay attention.
You already won this. All right, I'm only kidding. All right, so you have, so Nikhil and Maria. I have one more question. You guys ready? How many, for the purchase order, how many did they order for their purchase order?
Oh, gosh. I know
3,000.
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations.
That was a good question. That was a good one.
Nikhil, Maria, and Jose, congratulations. You have 1.
Hey, I got it.
You have transfer.
Yeah, I can't get them all, I'd be selfish.
All right, good. All right, so on behalf of Bora Consulting and Get More Clicks Media, so thank you so much for joining. You could always save the information from the chat with the 3 dots here, and please connect with each other after this meeting. And like I said, connect with us on Facebook through Royce. I don't manage the Facebook, and also through Meetup as well. Okay, and then connect with me on LinkedIn, and we will connect with those folks with the code for the course, and then Maria will be in contact with Royce in regards to the audit. All right. So thank you so much. Have a great evening. Stay safe and be careful.
I just wanted to thank you guys too for
Thank you,
Doctor.
Thank you, Royce. And Jose, for sure. I would love to connect with Jose. I shared it on the chat, my email and my Instagram. It's Mia Love 288 on Instagram. So it's like MIA Love 288 in Instagram. So let's connect there. Thank you, Jose.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.